Yo, you're gonna find out today which one of our draft picks were either heels, starter, project, or problem. Welcome to the BART. Next stop.
Just win, baby.
Yo, what's good? Welcome to the BART, the Bay Area Raider Talk. You here with your boy Black, the quarterback. And for shizzle, I'm always with my nizzle, Hizel, Washington himself. What's up, Hizel?
What's going on?
Oh, man, we got a good one today, bro. We got a good one today because we talking tiers, man. We trying to see how good is our draft picks. A lot of people are excited about our draft picks. I'm very excited about our draft picks. This is the first time I've been excited about our draft picks from top to bottom for the most part. And I'm happy about it. So we're going to break it down into tiers, whether you got a steal, a starter, a project, or a problem. So we're going to go over them players, our draft picks today. See what's up. Let's see who jumped in the chat early. What's up with Jack? Bruce Willis, what's up with my guy? What's up? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hi, country girl. You new here. What's good? Put the area code where y'all from so I know where the nation is represented at. And hit that like button at the same time. But we gonna get to it. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's talking about the draft picks. So you guys pretty much seen, clips. And if you haven't seen anything, go back to our page, take a look. We did a couple videos talking about the draft pick. Matter of fact, let me get it for y'all. We did this. We did the draft grade and the meltdowns and whatnots. So, what we trying to figure out? Did we get some steals? Did we go in the draft and get us some starters like we needed? Or some project players, So, we're going to start with the number one guy himself, Fernando Mendoza. And first round pick, number one pick out of Indiana. And this was his intro to the Raider Nation. This is how he started his tenure as a Las Vegas Raider.
Your opening message to Raider Nation. Hey, let's go! Raiders! Hey, let's fucking go! I appreciate you guys coming out. I love you guys. Means the world to us. Thank you guys again. Let's go, baby.
Wait a minute. I know I didn't hear him
what
say
kind of
that.
lead?
I know I didn't hear him say, let's fucking go.
He did.
Okay.
You didn't have anything in your ears.
Okay, I like it. He's showing a little personality. Everybody think he Shooty Good Shoes. Yeah, square. L7, I call him El Capitan. That's the El Capitan. So let's look at Fernando Mendoza. He goes in, he comes into the silver and black with a massive expectation following a 16-0 national championship run with Indiana. So he got Spytek and Klint Kubiak. This is their guy. So he's going to be an unquestionable starter in the future. A lot of people want him to start now, and he's no doubt our franchise leader. So on our chart so far, do you think he's is he going to be like the S-level starter, like a franchise builder, cornerstone? Let's look at the chart. So the top S is a franchise player, cornerstone of your franchise. The A is an impact starter, someone that can come in. That's a picture of Stukes. Or you can be a B, a solid depth or a project player. That's our guy that started the video out, Crawford. Or is he a C or D, a big risk issue? So out of those, what would you say Mendoza is?
Hopefully
Pretty
he's our
obvious.
franchise QB. I mean, right? We're gonna have to wait and see. But he's definitely a starter. But he's got to make those steps. First he's got to come in and work. It's all about your work ethic. If you're going to be successful in anything you do, you got to have work ethic.
And that's something I see in him that I like, that he looks like he has a good work ethic. He look like he's about the business of getting things right. He understands where he is. He doesn't have a big ego, chip on his shoulder, anything like that. And so when they asked him what kind of leader he was, this is what he had to say. Now, this question is prefaced by Jones asking him. He played for Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. He played with the Raiders as well. But he was saying 4, he'll be on your neck. 12 will smack the shit out of you. Remember I told y'all the other day that I thought Brett Favre was he said they both were good leaders, that Brett Favre was probably you were more willing to play with Brett Favre than Aaron Rodgers. See? And I said I need to find somebody that played with both of them, and that kind of leaked out. So I just went to say that. But he asked Mendoza what kind of leader he was, and this is what he said. To him, y'all.
What kind of leader are you out there on the football field? We know you're a humble dude, but how do you lead? How do you get on your players?
Although I've came off as very humble and pretty fuzzy and warm, at the end of my Indiana career, when you have that equity, you're able to be like number 4 and number 12. And if you ask my teammates, that's stuff that I was. I wasn't always a nice guy. I was an a-hole sometimes because I wanted everyone to do their 111th, everyone to do their job, hold everyone to a high standard. However, coming to a new organization, starting from the bottom of the totem pole, I believe that leadership is earned, not given. And there's so many amazing leaders on this team. And I think, especially as a quarterback, the 2 things you need to be a leader is, number 1, you got to play well. Play well, I respect you. That's number 4 and number 12, both Hall of Famers. You got to play well. You got to do your job before you can hold other people accountable. Yeah. And number 2, you got to create equity. You got to create equity, whether it's work ethic, whether it's caring about your teammates, connecting them on a personal level, and then just being one of the guys.
There it is.
When you have that equity, when you have that player equity and then also have that performance equity, that is when you take that corner and then you could have that advanced leadership techniques of holding people accountable. Because they know not only do you do your job, you do go above and beyond. And that was something I was able to experience at the end of my career at Indiana. However, now I'm starting from the bottom of the totem pole, and there's so many great leaders, offense, defense, special teams, coaches, owners that I can learn from. So right now, I'm just trying to be a sponge and build that equity.
You think he just always say the right thing, or he means it?
Well, right now he's just saying it. So until we see how it turns out, then we'll see if he means it.
Yeah, well, I get that. I get that. That validates but
he reminds me of like a Bill Clinton.
Oh, wow. He do give me a little politician vibe though, but
he's a little silver-tongued devil. He's real good with his words and stuff. He's really good. He's a very likable guy. And the end of that was just sounded so politician-y to your boy, and it wasn't even funny.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I
mean, go ahead.
he didn't dodge the question with the question that he wanted to answer, though. You know what I mean? So at least he was answering honestly. But yeah,
Yeah, he comes off as honest. He comes off honest to me.
Yeah, I think he really does believe that where he's at, he's humble, and he's gonna have to work, and that's what he's gonna have to do. He's not afraid to work. So as long as you're not afraid to work, you're gonna be successful.
Yeah, I get that. You have to validate your words with your actions. And I'm not at this point right now, at this point in preseason and all that, at this point where I am right now, because I can only fill my cup up with what we have right now. Right now he's coming off authentic to me. I think looking at his track record, I believe that he's gonna go and give his best effort and do what he say, and then we'll let the results be what the results are. I'm not gonna judge him based on his play entirely, but it does matter though, because at the end of the day, this is a winning business and you got to win games. So that's what it all boils down to. But I like what I'm seeing so far, and I think he's authentic. He says, Bruce Willis says that young man is ready to prove himself that he can be the franchise quarterback. Yep. He's someone that we have never seen, so it throws everyone off. You know what? Bruce freaking Willis, which is one of my favorite actors of all time. I was thinking that. I was like, we're not used to this. Because I know I wasn't necessarily used to it, because I haven't seen a quarterback so polished. Rich Gannon was a polished quarterback, but you could tell he was just like an older man, and he was going to say what he wanted to say, and him and Gruden was going to get into it. He didn't care what Gruden thought. This guy, young guy coming out of college, he's already polished, so we haven't really seen that. And even across the league necessarily have seen that. Joe Burrow was a good kind of, but he had the cigar thing. Peyton Manning was cool, measured, real measured. Eli, but with this guy, it's kind of a little different because it doesn't necessarily fit what we would think the normal Raider mystique would be. But I think this is what we need in Las Vegas. He might not have been the best Oakland Raider quarterback, but he might be what's best for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, time's going to tell. I think he's got the talent. It's whether or not if we can utilize it, right? And that's what Kubiak's supposed to do. He's supposed to bring the talent out of this guy. So he's supposed to be able to use them and draw and scheme up plays. And so, hopefully, everything meshes together, unlike the last time we had a number one pick when we got a quarterback. I think both sides on that end were failed. You can blame Jamarcus Russell all you want, but the Raiders didn't help him much either.
Yeah. What's up with Dirty? El Capitan, I just said that. That's what we call him, Mendoza, El Capitan. Rafa, what's good with you, brother? The last person who spoke like this was Tebow, which is another one of my favorites. I love me some Tebow, even though I hated that he played for Denver. I hated that. But even with Tebow, he was Christian, super Christian. You'd have never heard Tebow said a cuss word. You'd have never heard that. You'd have never heard that out of his mouth. So I think the fact that Mendoza is not super Christian, but that's his belief. But at the same time, he's a real person. Like he said, you got to earn your way to be that asshole that I was telling y'all Aaron Rodgers is. And you do got to earn that, because you can't just come in and be like, yeah, I got the franchise, I got the keys to the Lambo. If y'all want to ride, you got to get in the car with me. He's not coming in with that kind of mentality. So I'm liking that from him. So that's what gives me reason to believe that this is going to be a little bit different than someone coming in that's well studied, well read, and hopefully that his word, he don't write a check that his butt can't cash or his arm can't cash.
Yeah, well, he could still work on arm strength. You know what I mean? There's still things he could do to build up that arm strength. But he's got to get his technique down more.
And more importantly, what we need around here is to win division games. We've been losing division games like it's Megan Thee Stallion, Clay Thompson, just losing it. So they asked Mendoza, hey, we got these teams out there. They're good. They all went to the playoffs. What's your approach when it comes to meeting these nemesis of ours?
Every team in the AFC West, we're in their head. They think we're their rival. It's the Chargers. It's the Broncos. It's the Chiefs. What does it mean to you to have the opportunity to beat all these teams down eventually?
It means everything. Coming from Indiana, underdog program, a program that's heart, grit, to be able to slay the dragon, the hungry wolf is always going to be fight better than the wolf that's well fed and has success. I know I'm a hungry wolf, and I can't wait to get a shot at those guys.
I'm hungry like the wolf.
Right? What up, Estrada? How you doing?
What's up with AE? D Menace, what's good with you, brethren? Hey, so one thing I noticed about Mendoza is when he gets asked questions, it's not like he's thinking about the question, he's really answering it quickly. So that's another reason that gives me reason to believe that he's being authentic. And
he's sober. He's sober, bro.
Okay. I will keep an eye on him because you said so. Because I hate to be wrong and you were right and I wasn't listening to you. Because usually I'm the one. Like last year, I was telling everybody about the silver tongue that we had in a OC booth, right? And everybody thought I was hating. So I don't want to be the guy that be hating, and you was right. So I'm gonna keep my eye on the silver and black. So I think I'm juiced. I'm juiced though. I'm a ride for it right now though, because I like what I see. And not only do I think that we have the starter, which he's not going to be a starter. So what we're really talking about here is what these players are going to ultimately be to us in our franchise, not necessarily this year, but what are they going to be? But I think definitely that he's going to be a starter. Because it might be questionable day one starter for some. I also think that he's a steal. I think that we were fortunate to fall where we fell when we fell there. So I think it's a steal.
Yeah, everything's happens for a reason.
Huh?
Everything happens for a reason.
Dirty says Fernando is better than Kirko. Yep, see?
Yep.
Some people think so. So I'm not opposed to it. I think he's a steal. Definitely going to be a starter. And he's on the upper tier by himself. So he's there. Now, as far as our other draft picks, second pick in round 2, we picked up a safety, number 38. Pick 38. And Stukes. Now, this is a guy that I think that can possibly become a cornerstone in this franchise, because that's what I've seen Trayvon Merrick he was ascending to. Although a lot of people might not think so, that us losing him caused us to draft the way we had to draft this year. That one player. Sure, I agree. He might not have been worth the money because the market dictated and we got outbidded by Carolina. I get it. I'm not here to argue that. But what I am arguing is that center fielder, that safety position is a position that's very, very important for us, more important than the corners. Because we need somebody back there that's going to be able to take away balls, turn over the ball, flip the field on them, kill momentum, all that. So we have Stukes. And I think this kid can get up there and be a cornerstone of our franchise too. So let's take a look at his you feel me?
With the 38th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Treydan Stukes, defensive back, Arizona.
Hey, Treydan, John Spytek with the Raiders. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. You're about to be a Las Vegas Raider.
Thank you.
We are thrilled to get you, man. We've been a big fan of yours for a long time. Your leadership, your play style, your intelligence. You're the exact kind of guy we need right now. So I don't have to tell you that you got to bring your best, because I know you're going to get it. So just come up here and be you, and be a great teammate. We're looking for great teammates. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to pass you to Coach Kubiak, but congrats on becoming a Las Vegas Raider. And Mr. Davis would like me always to say, welcome to the dark side.
Thank you.
Hey, Trey, Klint Kubiak, congratulations.
Thanks, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man. Welcome, man. You can be a captain here, too. I know you've been a captain 3 different times. We need another captain here. What do you think?
Whatever you need, Coach. I got you.
All right, man. We believe in you. All right, congratulations. Hey,
thanks, Coach.
Hey, here's our defensive coordinator. All right, Coach Robbie.
How you doing?
Treydan, what's up, man? This is Robbie Leonard.
What's up? What's up?
You fired up, man?
I'm fired up, man.
Fired up, man. Your tape's fun to watch, man. We got a good vision for you. You know, won't be asking you to just play with that same nasty style of play you already do.
Yes, sir.
I mean, enjoy this moment with your family. I'm excited to see you in person, brother. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to get out there, yo.
Thank you.
Coach Ice Cube, he said he need a captain. So to put that on him, on his mind, I know he feel like that he can do it. And for you to get that responsibility, that tells me right there that's the first blocks of the pillar to become a cornerstone in this franchise. And I really, really like this pick. What you think?
Yeah, I like it. It's okay. He's, he's just he's seen to, do a great job in college, right? That's why we're picking him when we picked him, But once again, it's a position of need. We got to have these safeties in these corners, and one step at a time.
So, do you think he's going to end up being a starter, a steal, project, or a problem?
He's going to be a steal.
Yeah. I can go with you. I can agree with you on that. I like the fact that he already seemed like he's bought into the process. Although we were talking about the players that was crying, right? We were talking about that during the draft, how many players were actually crying. We was like, you don't necessarily want a player that's crying. I get it. You're getting your opportunity of a lifetime. I felt this one was a little bit different. Maybe I'm being a little biased, but I felt this was a little different because as soon as he got off the phone, he had composure. And I think he's gonna bring it. I really think he's gonna bring it. I'm gonna agree with you. I know he's gonna be a starter, probably a day one starter. But I definitely agree with you. I think he's going to be a steal. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think he's going to be a steal, a starter, a project, or a problem? Y'all hit that like button for your boys. We up here going through the draft and see if we got some we're doing a deep dive, make sure we really seeing what we see. We're getting more familiar with these players because a lot of times we know players, they come in, we kind of look at the tape, I think this year is a little bit different because a lot of content creators and a lot of other outlets are talking about the Raiders, which is further proof that the NFL is much more exciting and entertaining when the Raiders are doing good things or playing good. Let's see what Khalil King said. What's up, brother? He said the draft on Madden is going to be appreciated. So much speed added. We added like 5 dudes that run 4.4 or better. Still. Bruce Willis says it's a steal. Yeah. I think I'm gonna agree with you guys. Hizzle, you set the standard on that one. Okay. Let's go to Keyron Crawford, the edge rusher. And just like the Stukes pick, if you listen, it wasn't like a big sigh of joy when they picked him. Because a lot of people was looking to see, are we going to get this D tackle right now? So it was kind of a head scratcher, right, for some. And then this one was even more of a head scratcher because we got another pass rusher at the time. We were like, what's going on with this? But once I started seeing what was going on, of course, after they got rid of our oh boy, what's his name? I forgot his name already.
Tyree Wilson.
Tyree Wilson. Sorry, Tyree. Once we got rid of him, and then it made it clear what we needed is in another pass rusher. This is the guy we got.
With the 67th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Raiders select Keyron Crawford, defensive end, Auburn.
Yes, sir. This is John Spytek in Las Vegas. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You still got that silver and black outfit?
Hell
you
yeah.
Up in? Hell yeah, you spoke it into existence, man. You're gonna
Yes,
be a
sir.
Las Vegas Raider.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You need to bring that energy and that growth mindset that you got, right? Always getting better. You're still ascending.
Hey, coach.
Enjoy the time with your family and welcome to the dark side.
How you doing?
Remember, we were talking about people, they're bringing in people that want to be a Raider. Like, want to be a Raider. Like, understand. Like, y'all can't tell me y'all not feeling the, I don't want to say the nostalgia because it gives me a feeling of, and that is not something that we can be recreated like it's old. But you can feel the sense of pride and poise that's starting to conjure up. I get it. We haven't played any games yet. I get it. But remember we were saying, well, I was saying that we need to recreate our culture. We need to restructure the infrastructure. And we're restructuring the infrastructure. Of course, we won't know how good the sales are until we open up. I get it. I understand that. But what we do know is we can project some things to work based on what we have. And we can have an expectation. And I'm starting not only to see it and think it, I'm starting to feel it as well. So I'm juiced. I'm juiced. And this guy kind of exemplified what we need to, because I was really, really excited because he made me a believer based on his infectious attitude. Now I just got to translate on the field, but they felt like that this is what they need, and this is what they need. I got peacocks. I don't know about that. You hear that? You hear it, Pizzle?
Yeah, I hear him.
But they felt like he was something that we needed. And is he going to be a steal, a starter, a project, or a problem? And this is where I feel like it's a wobbler. He can be either way. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he could be a starter or a steal, but at first I think he's going to be a starter. We haven't seen him play yet. You know what I mean? So, as far as that goes, I just want to evaluate the talent and see what he comes up with when he's in the game. He might come out and tear it up, which would be great. But we won't know until he gets out on the field.
Yeah, for sure. Khalil say he said he coming for Max. He want to outwork him. I like it. I love it. I love it. Want to outwork the standard. Want to outwork the standard.
He's getting old now.
Yes, sir. I'm good, Coach. I'm blessed.
Welcome to the Silver and Black.
We gonna rock the hell out. I promise.
Make sure you keep improving when you get here. Got me?
Listen, I got you.
All right, hey, I want to talk to Robbie, our defensive coordinator, Robbie Leonard. Here you go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
You ready to roll, man?
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Hell
edgy
yeah.
pass rushers, man. You came to the right spot. I'll tell you that.
Hey, I'm coming to study and learn and work.
You are. That's all you got to do. You just work. You're gonna be straight. You with me?
Study, learn, and work. And he wearing that Coke white fit because he knew he was going to be a Raider because he came to the visit like a Raider, and he ended up being a Raider with the Coke white on. You feel me? So,
let's do it. Let's do it.
Fired up. You're going into a great room, man. Great room. You just got to be ready to learn and work yourself, all right?
I got you, Coach. I got you, Coach. I got you, Coach.
Go enjoy this moment, brother. Talk to you later.
yes, sir.
I'm happy for these young men.
Yeah. And he said, yeah, we got to really want to be it, of course, say it, but prove it. Not like Adams and just talk it. Well, I agree. Devontae Adams really wanted to be a Raider, and when he was a Raider with Derek Carr, he was Raidering. Let's not say he wasn't Raidering. Let's not act like he was never Raidering. We gotta always keep in mind that the Raiders gonna do what the Raiders gonna do, and so you tell him, "Hey, come in and play with Derek Carr, play with here, light it up." You get rid of Derek Carr and all the fuck shit going on. I'm out of here too. That don't have nothing to do with his love for the Raiders. This is the hate for the organization. But like I said, I'm not gonna argue with you on that because I get it. You guys I get it. You have to prove it. I understand it, but it has to start somewhere. Yeah, I got to remind myself. I forgot. A lot of y'all got PTSD from the season before and the year before that. So y'all scared to come out the cave because you think you're about to get jumped or something. But I get it. I understand. But I'm trying to tell y'all this is a year that we could be a little bit more confident than we have been. Walk off on a little bit of faith on what you're seeing here, y'all. Man, so what do I think? Is he going to be a starter, a steal, a project, or a problem? I think he's probably going to come in more like maybe on third down. He's going to probably be an eventual starter, maybe a replacement for Max, especially if you're trying to work like Max and if you get results similar to Max in your own way, you don't have to be Max. Then, yeah, I think he could be a potential starter. Like I say, he's a wobbler, but I think this is a steal for us because I didn't know nothing about him, and I looked at a couple of his film, and I looked at a couple games, and I think this might be a steal for us. So that's where I fit with that. What do you guys think? Is he a steal? Is he a starter? Maybe he's a project. Maybe he's a project. Maybe he needs to be worked into development. So he can come in.
Well, I don't want somebody else to be Max Crosby. I want them to be them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want them to be their own leaders, their own thinkers, their own individuals. That's what the Raiders are famous for, their own individuality. And the characters that used to be on this team. And that's what separated us from everybody else.
Bruce Willis said, if these picks work out, our defense is going to be fire. It's going to be lit.
Yeah, well, it's going to come up to what kind of scheme these guys are going to run, Hopefully we're not in that cover 3 or cover 1 all damn day.
I promise you that's not going to happen. Hey, E says, Bruce, free agency, we already got our top 10, top 5 defense. I'm going to go as far as say top 15, top 12 maxed out. But very optimistic. I love the optimism. I'd rather you be very optimistic this year than under optimistic. If that is even a word.
Right.
All right. Trey, I haven't talked about Trey a lot. Trey Zuhn the third, a guard we picked up, 3rd round, out of Texas Tech. He showed good promise against the SEC teams, which is as close as you get to the NFL. Now, this guy, we needed to address our O-line. We made moves to address it. Well, we made a big move that kind of addressed a few things. And in the 3rd round, we picked up a guard. And so this guy, is he going to be a steal, a starter, a project, or a problem? Because he can actually come in and actually compete for a starting position year 1. He can come in and be a backup, depth, So that's part of the project, being a depth player.
Yep.
So how do you feel about him?
Yeah, he obviously they like what he brings to the table. I've seen a little bit of his film, and he looks good. His footwork looks good. He looks balanced. He runs the same kind of scheme that we run. So hopefully he'll come in and be a starter. And some projections are to be a steal. From what I've been hearing, that a lot of people like this kid. So, like I said, I don't want to put all this, this pressure on these kids, man. Just go out here, learn, and do your job, and then the rest will be history. We just got to let them do them.
Mm.
It would be great if we hit on all these picks, right? That's something that we haven't done in a long, long time. So I'm skeptical a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, give it 2 or 3 years. Let's not try to gauge it off this year alone, but we can see the forecast based on what we see.
He's definitely got potential.
Yeah, we can see who have potential or not, because a lot of people saw the Tyree Wilson thing crash and burn a long time ago, right?
Oh yeah.
Whether he's a good player or not, whether we just knew he never was going to fit here. We knew it, and he got progressively better because he did have better numbers than Kuntz last year.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, but I this kid, I'm hoping that he's I don't want him to be a project, and I don't think he's going to end up being a project, because that's what we have with our old lineman right now, is a project.
Mm-hmm.
With Rodgers and Grant. I'm hoping he can come in and be a steal. Because whether, yeah, I think he's going to be a steal. What do you guys think, chat? Chat Raiders, what y'all think? Because I think he's going to be a steal, because I think he's going to be a player that's not going to necessarily come in and start, but he's going to end up stealing somebody's job. He's going to come in, play well, and probably be a depth player, and then he's going to prove himself, and then he's going to end up starting. That's kind of what the vibe I get from this kid. He played guard mostly, played some center, so that means he has some intelligence along the O-line. That means you don't have to always just tell him who he's blocking and all that. So that means he's pretty smart. That's what I do like about what's going to look like both our guards are potentially, that they played center, and that makes our O-line smarter.
And depth we got depth too. In case one of them goes down, one of those guys can step in because they're used to being a center already.
Zay said, "What's up, Zay?" He said, "Draft was cool." What'd he say? If he wanted Boston in round 2, though. Yeah, D tackle and wide receiver, I don't think was our priority this year. I don't think. That's not to say it won't be the priority next year. I think we can get better wide receivers and D tackles in the draft next year instead of drafting one in the 3rd round or in the 4th or 5th round, hoping that we hit. Those are 2 very key positions that we need, especially D tackle, so we don't need to try to hit and miss there.
Yep. I got to take off, bro. It's almost 5 o'clock. I got to go get this stuff ready.
All right, bro. Thanks, bro.
Thank you for coming over and inviting me on the show. Later, chat.
You heard it. Man, this is your house. Mikasa is Sukasa, brother.
For sure. I'll teach you later tonight, bro.
All right.
Later.
Later. All right. Zay said they put Zuhn at tackle in college because he was too weak to play guard. So I don't know how that translates. I'm going to hope for the best, though. I thought he played some guard. Because tackle, I would think, would be harder to play. But too weak? We'll see. We'll see. Because we had one of those. And I hope we didn't draft another one of those. And this guy is somebody that I do want to do a breakdown for him because that O-line position was really important. We really need to address that O-line position. And I wonder if we really got a steal here because we didn't draft a bunch of them. So Zay, what do you think? So you think he's a project, like a depth player, a problem, a starter at some point in the near future, or is he a steal? All right. Going down to the 4th round. Pick 101. Jermod McCoy. Maybe the most controversial out of all of these picks in the middle round. Some already think it's a steal with his injury issues, potential injury issues and past history. Some say it was a waste of pick. We could have went D tackle here. So what do you guys think? Do you think he was a starter? Is he going to end up being a starter? Is he a project or a problem? Or can he be a steal? And this guy, he could probably be a lot of things because if he comes in and not injured, it's going to be a steal. Starter at some point. Are you talking about Zuhn? Yeah. I'm saying his name wrong. I know I am. Zuhn. Probably depth. McCoy is a boy, though. He's a steal. And he's healthy right now. So, yeah, I heard he's healthy. And I guess the main thing is if he starts feeling pain, he might need to get that other surgery. But right now, is not. He probably could be a starter because if he doesn't have pain, he's going to be a starter. And if he ends up being a starter, then that will make him a steal. But would he be a project? Because we don't know if he's going to get injured or not. Are we going to slowly put him into the rotation? Or the other corners are going to get chances ahead of him? We have a few corners now in our corner room. Is this something we just watch? I think he can end up being a steal for us. I like this. Bruce Willis say he's going to be a steal starter. Or it could be a starter or a steal, yeah. He says, McCoy, massive steal if he stay healthy. He's very talented. Now, let's try to stop saying if he stay. Well, I guess in this situation it's warranted, but the game of NFL football, it always contingent on injuries. Even like professional sports in general, really. But, because if, knock on wood, if, any of our picks got injured, we wouldn't want that. So based on his history right now and how they say he's feeling, let's see how he plays in camp. I think this is going to be a really, really exciting camp. We're going to cover camp. We're going to look at the competitions and see exactly what we have, because I think we have something special. I'm trying to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all before this even got started. You want to be the one that buy when it's low and sell when it's high. So Jamal McCoy is going to be a steal for me. I think this is going to be a steal. Don't let me down, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Don't let me down. What's up with it? What's up with J-Roll? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and that subscribe button for your boy. Hit the you feel me in the corner. So if you like content like this, if you like Raider content, if you like sports content, we do sports content as well on Business Decision Sports. But if you like the Raider content, make sure you hack in. All right, let's get to probably my favorite player in this draft. My potential favorite player in this draft. This Keyron is like he's like my, fan favorite already. Not necessarily got to do with their play all the time. That's how I feel about Keyron. But Mike Washington Jr., M-Dub, make way. Got to make way for him. That big boy running 4.33, coming through the lane. Running with bad intentions. I named him Bad Intentions. Y'all know this is where El Capitan, that's Fernando. Bad Intentions, that's M-Dub, make way. You know what I'm saying? Mike Washington Jr. So, 4th round pick, 122 out of Arkansas, running back. Somebody that's going to help Ashton Jeanty run the ball, tote that tater. And I think this is a for show steal. I don't think he's going to be a starter, but he definitely is not a project, and he's going to be a problem, but not the way we was talking about before. So I think this is a bona fide show enough steal, good 4th round pick, running back. Not necessarily was going to be known in the NFL to be a starter or every down back, wasn't sure, but this gives him a chance to kind of mature into that role and make him a name in the NFL. So what do you guys think about this one? What you guys think about that one? McCoy, Washington, and Mass are your favorite picks. Nice. Yeah, I think this is a steal, people. I think it gives us a good chance to be able to be aggressive on offense. It's important that you're aggressive on offense. And you do that by running the ball. That's how you build a bully, by running the ball. So we got to think of a name for them, that duo. So they got Mike Myers. I guess they're doing the whole Michael Myers thing with Ashton. So let me see. I'm thinking about it. Nightmare and I don't know. We'll come up with something. But I like those. I like him though. What'd you say, Zay? When you watch him run, it just looks different. Him and Jeanty gonna split 50-50. I don't necessarily think 50-50. It's kind of like McCaffrey and Robinson last year. I don't know if 50-50. At the least, it's going to be 55-45. But I don't think that he's going to get that many carries. I think it's going to be more like 60-40. Maybe preserve Jeanty on third down, on some third downs. Like on those 4 ones when we used to get stopped, even when we had Jeanty, I think this is to be a good chance for him to get in, for M-Dub to get in, and then we can play action off that. And it does look different when he runs because he hit the hole. He's patient. His speed is. When, go look at the video. Let me go back and go look at this video right here. Look at this video right here. And we had we showed some of the highlights. And that boy runs violent. All his steps are violent. He run with bad intentions. That's why I call him that. And he run with power. So I think this is gonna be a steal. I think we got a bunch of steals looking at it. Matter of fact, my boy my guy Spy Hunter, Spy Tech, he stole the draft. He essentially stole the draft. See what you guys say. Oh yeah. Yeah, this was the comp. Yeah, this was the comp. I know you ain't comparing him like that, but he runs like him, like AP. Yes, Adrian Peterson, he does. I likened it like how we had McFadden. You know how McFadden hit the hole and he out? He more patient than McFadden, and McFadden was easy to tackle. All you have to do is like just piece of grass, just tripping. He's like easy to fall, but once he going, it was hard to stop him. But I agree. Adrian Peterson is a good comp. What's up? What's up with Chewy? All right, chat ready. Hit that like button for your boy. All right, let's go. Moving right along. Okay. We finally go get a D tackle in the 7th round. Brandon Cleveland, pick 229 out of North Carolina State. This was an interesting one because we needed a D tackle. We addressed it. So, what do you guys think about him? What tier you guys think he on? Is he in the tier of a starter, a cornerstone of the franchise? Is he a steal at the 7th pick? Is he a project? Or is he going to end up being a problem? Now, being a 7th round pick, I think you don't have a lot of expectation. So I don't necessarily see him being a problem. It would only be a problem if we got him at a high rate and we got him at a high draft pick and he's not living up to expectation. We needed a D tackle. We needed somebody that can create a pass rush. And if his pass rushing skills can translate to the NFL, then he can end up being a steal. Another steal by Spike Tech, addressing the D tackle. Sure, people are going to look at Lee Hunter and see if, what kind of season he had and see if we should have got him instead of one of the other players that we got earlier in the draft when he was available. But this guy, Brandon Cleveland, what do you guys think? What does the chat readers think about Brandon Cleveland? Okay. Practice squad. It's a 7th round, though. I can't be mad, right? So he might be a project. He could possibly be a project. I think he's going to play some. we are running a 3-4 sometime, maybe 30% of the time. So we might see if he can create something tackle position. Because I'm not really, I'm telling everyone, it's not so much about who starts really. It's about who plays well and what packages. And so when your package is called and you play well, then that allows Rob Leonard to, okay, cool. Now let's play the game within the game. That's okay. You about to pass the ball, but you might try to trick us with the run. Let me put a defense out there that look like it's going to stop the pass, but it's geared to stop the run. Let me put this package in. My tacklers. So I think that this guy will get some chance. He does have potential. He could be a steal to me from the 7th round. If he makes the 52 and get playing time, and he's somewhat productive, and that allow us to kind of move away from Butler and Thomas because they're getting older, Booker Thomas. So this could be potentially a steal. Hello, person R. Welcome. Let me see. What the heck is going on here? I was about to say, something was telling me to read that first, especially when new people pop up. So, Brandon Cleveland, D tackle, 7th round. What do you guys think? Now, we got a couple more players that I did not mention. I'm going to call these finding the missing pieces, the late round projects. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let me see. Let's look at some of the picks I did not mention. Dalton Johnson, safety, 5th round pick. Pick 150 out of Arizona. Teammate of Treydan. Continuity. Another good move, I think. Some people think it's a project. I think we needed corners. I think corner position is one of our weakest positions as far as depth, because we're going to have to rely on players that last year that didn't get a bunch of time because they couldn't really get their feet wet. And hold on, y'all. This thing is getting on my nerves. Can y'all hear the peacock? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all hear that peacock. And y'all want me to run it off the spot, put in an 11 in the chat. I'm going to just run him off the spot. I ain't going to do nothing to him. Just run him off the spot. But with Dalton Johnson, I think that he can come in and play in a depth position. And it might be times that he's on the field along with, y'all laughing at me. There's gonna be times he gonna be on the field with Trey and Stukes. Why they play together? We're talking about that cover 3. Maybe we'll be able to play a little bit more aggressive with our corners that we have them back there and playing the backfield. We also did a breakdown of his video and his game. So make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. When we talk about these players, we're going to go talk about each one of these players in depth, in the coming days. So then that way we know what we have before we get into training camp. So many people don't be, oh, I heard this player is better than this player. Well, this player hasn't thrown any interceptions. Like when AOC hasn't thrown any interceptions. Oh, man, we already know AOC ain't better than, come on, man. Because y'all don't be really watching. Y'all don't be watching. Y'all going off your feelings. Let's try not to be so much in our feelings this year. Let's base it on really what we have. So A lot of people did want the safety from South Carolina. I think this was a character pick. And a lot of times, sometimes you might have a player, but if they don't fit the locker room or if they don't fit the accountability scale, it's going to create an issue in the locker room. So I think this is more of a character thing, a continuity thing. And I think that's why we didn't go with players like Ali Hunter as well. So Dalton Johnson, I'm going to say he's going to be a steal in the 5th round. It's a need that we needed addressing, and we addressed it. We picked up another safety, a competent safety. So I think this is going to be a steal. I think a lot of people might think he's a project, or some people will think he's a project. Yeah. He might be able to, provide some depth at the special teams position too. So, and at just generally safety. So, at the least, he's going to be a project. But I think he's like a project steal. I think he's more like a steal starter-ish. So, I think my ceiling is a little bit higher with him. Okay, hometown. Hezekiah Masses. I see that people like him. Cornerback, 5th round cornerback, pick 176, 175, I'm sorry, out of Cal Berkeley. What you know about them Berkeley Bears? I like this pick. I think he's going to definitely bring some stability to our corner position, compete. I don't think too many people have their jobs locked in other than Stukes. So I think we're trying to find our footing when it comes to that corner position. So this corner position is a position battle that we're going to have to really, really pay attention to this year, because we need to be able to play good man coverage on corners. We're going to have to be able to play good zone coverage because of all the schemes we're going to be doing and blitzing and sending this person and disguising this and all that. We're going to need a lot of communication on that back end, so we don't have so much blown coverage, because that's what killed us last year. Malu tried to play a position that he's not normally used to playing and got exposed. So I think he's gonna bring much needed depth to the corner position. Yeah, I think so. Okay. You say he low-key a late round gem. Bro got straight coverage for really a steal type. Okay. A steal. I hope you're right. Masters is nice, plus he hometown. I gotta love the hometown. Business decision, sports town, business. So, I'm a root for him off. So hopefully he is a steal. I know he's gonna come in and get a chance to get his feet wet out there playing corner, because anybody that's gonna play good coverage and take the ball away or cause turnover, that's what we're looking for on this defense. So I'm looking for him to be a steal as well. We trying to Spy Hunter trying to steal the whole draft. And this is an exciting pick right here. Last but definitely not least, Malik Benson. I think earlier I saw somebody say they wanted a different Boston. Yes, Boston. I thought we were going to go Boston as well. Malik Benson, wide receiver, 6th round pick, 195. Baller, though. He a baller. He said he's going to come in, do whatever we need. We're gonna break down him, his personality, his game, and he got speed. He catches the ball. We need some players that's gonna stretch the field other than Trey Tucker. Malik Benson, he was at Alabama, Florida State, and Oregon. So he's been around. So he's gonna get a good a real deep threat, a bigger guy than Trey Tucker, instead of necessarily having to be a slot. Maybe Benson can come in and stretch the field, allow Bowers to work the middle, the underneath. Sometimes then you have the defense roll over to this guy. That's asking a lot, but sometimes they might roll over to one side or another, and then Bowers get on top of the defense because we've been running the ball, and they think we're going to run the ball now. So hopefully this will be a good pick. D tackle. What this did show me though, at the end of our draft, sixth round, 7th round, wide receiver and D tackle weren't as important to us as a need as those other positions. And I understand we do need a wide receiver 1. I do understand we need a D tackle to make the 3-4 work. We have so many holes in other places, bigger holes, because we have D-line players. We have players that can play inside, maybe not D tackle like that, but we're not going to be running 3-4 all the time, 4-3 sometime, 4-2-5. So we're going to have 4 down linemen. Sometimes 6 people can come. So we're going to mix linemen. We're going to be playing a game there. We're going to be gaming there. So I'm cool. So next year, if we really need to get a stud D tackle, we can get one in the 2nd round, 3rd round, 1st round that we want to. Same thing with wide receiver. We out there, offensive line start getting continuity, quarterback getting the ball out, running game is kosher, and we throwing the ball and the receivers not doing what they're supposed to be doing, dropping passes or whatever. Then we can just be like, hey, we need to go out and get a 1st round wide receiver, straight up. Game breaker. Force multiplier. It will be cool. Because we made a lot of picks that like took care of holes this year, but they're also future pieces as well. So that's why I think we stole the whole draft. So like even with this Malik Benson pick, if you can get a good wide receiver in any round, especially in the late rounds, that's a steal. But I think he's going to come in and end up being more like a project, because we're going to put him in to see if he can stretch the field and see what he can do. Because we have a lot of projects at wide receiver right now. We have Jack Bech to find out what he going to do. Dante Thornton, a lot of people already out on him. I don't know why. I mean, he definitely showed he can stretch the field. He's fast. Maybe need to work on his catching. I don't know. Might get better passes, maybe better offense. The defense won't be so apt to jump routes because they already know what we're doing, because we're not sophisticated at all on offense. All that has changed. We're sophisticated on offense now. So some of these players are going to work their way to be open. So we're going to see what we have, because we drafted these players fairly high. So let's see what we have. Same thing with the O lineman. We got 1 O lineman this year. Last year we got like 2 in the 3rd round. Let's see what we got. I think Kubiak and the regime is cool by not filtering those guys out or drafting them out already, giving them a chance, because they really haven't had a solid foundation to off of. So we have a solid foundation. So I think that these players are going to surprise us this year. I think Thornton is one of them. I think Bech is going to show some promise. And I think Grant is going to play well. I think he damn near might start. Zay say Benson cool. He remind me of Nelly when he was with us. Jay Spy for surely bodied the draft, bro. A shark. Yeah. 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 So I think Spytek did his his Dougie. Of course, you're not gonna hit on every one of them. We talked about them in a positive light, so all of them not gonna hit. We do uh, we're hoping that they pan out. And if they do somewhat kind of pan out, I think it's gonna be high reward. So consequently, they're gonna be steals. And even if all of them don't pan out, we get 2 or 3 steals. So not only did we get our franchise quarterback and 2 or 3 steals and a good backup running back, which would be a steal. We shored up our secondary, which wasn't the greatest last year. Our defense is better than what everybody was giving them credit for last year. Our defense was only so bad because our offense couldn't score more than 14 points. How you can't score 13.8 points all year long? Like, that's crazy. You're not winning no games like that. I don't care what kind of defense you got. Your defense on the field 3/4 of the game. They get a turnover, we go back, turn the ball over, or go 3 and out. Like, all that wears on your defense. Our defense wasn't that bad, but we did have a bunch of holes in it, and we kind of had to change some things up because they were running some specialized, what they call that, big nickel in that. So we'll have our own type of that. We'll have our own type of nickel 3-4 all world defense. But some say top 10. I thought I seen somebody say top 5. Let's not go that far. But hey, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Hey, if y'all like Raider content like this, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Go look at the other videos. I did a series. I feel like me and Pizzle put a lot of time and work in it. Did a series called, let me move this out the way. Hold on, y'all. Commitment to new excellence. That's where I talked about you win championship from the top down, not the player up. We kept trying to get players to come in and be the savior of the franchise. We got to save ourselves first. I talked about Tom Brady, the minority owner, Mark Davis, the owner, and Spytek, the head office. This is the brain trust. This is what started it all. This is how we win championships. These 3 got to get on the court. And we talked about, are they on the same page? And what it would take in order for us to get back to glory. Then I talked about Kubiak and his staff. And what does it take to return to glory? And I also talked about the quarterback room. He's going to be the signal caller. So I talked about him and our quarterbacks. Then I went and talked about our O-line, our potential O-line starters, or just pieces in our O-line that was on the roster. All the way down, these are skilled players. Then our D-line with Rob Leonard. Talked about JPJ and your boy Underball. And then the linebacking core. And then our secondary, safeties and corners. And then the draft meltdown where we talked about our draft. So go peep all that. I did some content for y'all. I mean, like, it's some good content out there. So y'all can't say y'all didn't know, because I told y'all. Hit Stick, thanks for hacking in, bro. It says, low key, since we didn't draft a D tackle early, let me know the staff confident with our D tackle room, especially with Pagias and Tonka. Way off the door. Yeah, hey, I like them too. I like them. I personally like them. I think that they come in and they get in and make things happen. I think that's going to happen this year. I think teams aren't going to be able to just scheme Max Crosby out the game. I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to try it, but then that's when our linebackers going to go crazy. That's when other D linemen going to go crazy. That's when our boy that we was talking about earlier today going to go crazy, Crawford. I think we're going to create pressure, create turnovers on the back end, and that's simple as that. A lot of people are out on iffy on Rob Johnson. He knows that D line. That's his group. So he got confidence in the group, and he's showing them that he has confidence in them. And I like that because you don't have to always replace something to get better. Just get better. It's development. So they're developing, and he's doing the developing. And I really like Rob Leonard. I said Rob Johnson. I really like Rob Leonard. So if he got confidence in him, then I'm gonna have confidence in him until they're not produce, and then they gotta go. We don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta be with it or be without it. That our other, let's see, that DT and wide receiver room weak. Being real, it's cool though. I don't expect them to fill all the holes in 1 year. True enough. Wide receiver room being weak. Describe are they weak because we don't have a true number one? Because I think we have some playmakers. I think we got some players that can make plays. Trey Tucker showed he can make plays. And when I say that, I'm talking about dynamic catchers of the ball. Trey Tucker can catch the ball. Naylor can catch the ball. Now, we don't know if the other guys can catch the ball so much. So I can see why it can be considered weak. But I think we're going to cover that up with scheme and calling. And then we'll build our wide receiver room. Because Trey Tucker, he outplaying my expectation, really. He definitely outplaying my expectation. Because I thought he was just going to be a good slot, not better than Hunter Renfrow. It's good with Raider Twine. The D tackle position is it's primarily important because of running the 3-4. That's why it's never been a priority for us. That's why that room is going to be weak. Now, if our are you saying our D line room is weak or just the D tackle position? Maybe I need to clarify that. If we looking at the whole league, we for sure bottom 32. We're at wide receivers, bottom 32. Okay. Let's look at Jamar Chase and your boy Higgins over there. Let's look at where Naylor just came from, Justin Jefferson, which I heard that Benson was compared to, which was fun. I didn't even entertain that, but I wouldn't go far and say bottom 32. Bottom 32? We looked that bad, I'm telling y'all, because of play calling last year. Chip Kelly had the worst play calling last year. He sabotaged the team, and it came out that he was sabotaging the team. Not only the play calling was stupid, he called him at the wrong time, and we didn't practice him all that much. So bottom 32, I can't co-sign with that one, bro. Can't co-sign with that one. Now, as far as mid-tier or lower mid-tier, I'll go with that. I'll go with that because we really don't have no threats on at the receiver position where you feel like you got to double team somebody sometime. And that might be something we'll address next year. Like I said, we got to see we got so many things to work on. And like you said, you're not mad at it. We got so many things to get together. We got to get the continuity of the O-line together. You got 2 new quarterbacks. So you get that those things are going to take time and attention. So I think if we just pay attention to those things, the wide receiver position is a position that we can shore up fairly easy by just sticking a guy in there that can really get it done. You know, D tackle. Hopefully, we can get a steal out of Cleveland. If not, let's go get a stud next year. So I'm with that. All right, y'all. This is the stop. Thank y'all for hacking in the BART, Bay Area Raider Talk. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. I don't charge no toll to get on the BART. Just come in, have fun, and interact with your boy. Hey, smoke them if you got them. Because I'm a raider. From the Bay to Las Vegas. I'm a raider out.